What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Culture Cafe podcast, talking all things comics, superheroes, film, TV, pop culture, all that great stuff. I'm one of your three hosts. I'm Vinny Fredericks. This one I'm pointing to on my screen is over here. He might not be on your screen, the direction I'm pointing when you're watching this, but I'm pointing at Mr. Zach Niles.
You are pointing in the wrong direction.
And on this
You're
side,
pointing at Joe.
and for me on this side is Mr. Joey Kingsley.
Hello, everybody. How are we?
Just, imagine I'm pointing the right way.
Gentlemen, welcome. Welcome this beautiful cold Wednesday night.
Yeah, we've had a lot of news over the last week.
I know, but to start off, Rip, we're gonna have a little debate between you two. Okay. The debate is which superhero would have a harder time in whose universe, and I think I might make this a regular thing if you guys like doing it. So the ground rules is, one of you picks a hero, right? And you get 5 minutes each to speak. I mean, I'm going to have a timer. And, yeah. All right, so this is superhero debate number 1. Batman/Spider-Man. And as everybody knows, I pre-picked. Joey's going to be on the side of Batman. Vinny's going to be on the side of Superman, or Spider-Man.
Are we always going to do it where you pick our sides and we just find out and have to think on the fly?
We can work on it.
No, I'm just
So
saying
you guys, if you guys want to know who you're gonna debate with before, I can always tell you guys which superheroes I'm picking.
I'm fine with that. I don't mind. Once I knew I was having to defend Batman, I was like, word.
Yeah.
I had to tee up a little bit.
Yeah. All
right. Let's do it.
Are you guys ready for the scenario? You two read it, I think. I sent it to you guys, but I'll reread it. Essentially, it'll be a simple scenario. Each hero gets transported to each other's universe to do a day of crime fighting and facing each other's villains. Each hero has their full powers and potential, but both heroes only have gadgets/weapons on them when they get teleported. They don't have, So, in the sense, Batman doesn't have the Batcave, and Spider-Man can use the Batcave if he finds it. Alright, so first, this is the set who Batman has to fight in Spider-Man's universe. Joey, these are who you're going to have to defend. Who would have an easier time? Batman has to fight Doc Ock, Kraven, Vulture, Rhino, and Green Goblin.
I'm surprised there's no Venom on there.
See, I thought about it, but low key, like Venom's like an anti-hero. Like I don't, But so this is who Spider-Man has to fight. Who Vinny's defending. Spider-Man has to fight Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Riddler, and Joker. So, you guys have it?
Okay.
All right, who wants to go first?
Joey left. He got so concerned with the villains he has to defend Batman against that he left the call.
That's funny.
So who is it again?
For Spider-Man?
No. Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, the Riddler, and the Joker?
Yep.
Okay. I think I can do this. We'll see when Joey joins back up. And actually make this case. I think I got a good chance here.
They hit the second charger.
What happened?
Look at what he said in the group chat.
He doesn't have a charger?
They hit the second charger.
So I guess Joey's phone is dead, which is honestly not very surprising. We've known Joey for some time, and every time that man sends a screenshot of anything off his phone, he doesn't even have the percentage on. It's just the little red bar. That's all you need to see. It's just the little red bar.
Oh my god.
But, well, I don't necessarily want to start just yet because I want him to be able to.
No, definitely.
I know you're the judge here, but want him to be able to, take part in all of it. There he is.
Everyone.
The Freedom Charger.
What is
So
that?
Joey, what parts did you miss?
I missed. I just missed the second part. I heard the. I know what the first part is, but
Okay, so you
I
know
was
like the scenario, but you don't know the villains. Correct, correct. Yes. So so this is who Batman has to fight: Doc Ock,
okay.
Craven, Vulture,
Mm.
Rhino, and Green Goblin.
Okay.
And then Spider-Man has to fight Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Riddler, and Joker. Now, I should add this is over the course of a day, not all at once. Okay, so who wants to go first? Who wants to debate their side first? Who would have an easier time?
Shit, bro.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, like I
I
can
think
go.
you should decide. You're the one in charge here.
Oof.
We
You
are
know what?
your
All right, all
disciple.
right, all right, all right. All right, guys, uh pick a number between 1 through 30.
27.
30.
Well, don't say it out loud. Oh, well, actually, you have to say it out loud. All right, Vinny says 27.
Said 30.
Joey, you said 30? Pick a number between 1 and 30.
No, if it's anything below 27, I'm chilling.
16.
What is it?
16.
Okay, that would have been really funny if it was like 29.
There. Like,
All right, Vinny. All right, Vinny,
Okay.
ready? Your
Yeah.
5 minutes starts now.
All right. First of all, Spider-Man is going to find the Batcave within a day. That dude is as smart, if not smarter, than Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man, we all know about his intelligence, but the key difference between the two is yes, Batman has all the gadgets, all the technology, all the money. That's a key part. He has all the money. Spider-Man has actual powers. We're talking actual super strength, actual spider sense. And none of these Batman villains have an ability like a Venom or a Carnage that can hide behind or kind of suppress Spider-Man's spider sense and sneak up on him. So no matter who Spider-Man's fighting, he's not going to get hit with any sneak attacks or anything. As far as the villains go, Killer Croc, in my opinion, is basically the same thing as the Lizard. I don't see that many differences between the two, and I could sound very, what's the word I'm looking for? I could sound very, in not intelligent in saying that because I don't know. There could be vast differences between the two, but I see them very comparable. And I think, and again, I might not have the greatest grasp on some of these Batman villains, but I think Lizard is also smarter than Killer Croc. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Lizard is also a smarter villain. So if Spider Man can defeat the Lizard with, not much issue, I don't see why he can't defeat Killer Croc. Who is next? Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is the one that I think is a little bit concerning just because if he turns Spider-Man into a giant ice cube, there's not really much Spider-Man can do. But again, that all comes down to sneaking up on Spider-Man, which he's not going to be able to do considering Spider-Man's Spidey sense. So I don't think Mr. Freeze is going to pose that much of a threat. And honestly, all Spidey has to do is shoot his little web right at Mr. Freeze's little freeze ray, and it's going to explode as he's trying to shoot out the freezing ice. It's going to hit the web, and it's just all going to explode into a bunch of ice and turn Mr. Freeze into a giant ice cube. So there's that. Who else was there? Two-Face, Riddler, and the Joker. Two-Face, I mean, again, I don't really see what Two-Face does that Spider-Man villains aren't better at. Two-Face doesn't have special abilities. I honestly, I might sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what Two-Face even does. Right? To me, he's just this guy who flips a coin, and if it lands on the fucked up side, he kills a person. That's all I know about Two Face, and that's on me for not doing my due diligence. But I don't think Two Face is going to pose any problems for someone with actual powers like Spider Man. The Riddler, Spider Man can outwit the Riddler. I'm not really too concerned about his tricks and whatnot. That's what the Spidey sense is for. We saw it in live action in film for the first time in Far From Home when he was fighting Mysterio. Mysterio, I think, is a lot more difficult to fight than the Riddler because there's actual visual effects that make you believe what you're seeing is real. All it takes is Spider-Man tapping into his Spidey sense, and all of that goes away. So I think when it comes to the Riddler, I don't think Spider-Man is going to have that difficult of a time getting by his tricks and riddles and whatnot because if there's any danger present, he'll sense it before the riddle even starts. As far as the Joker is concerned, the Joker is just Green Goblin without the super strength and with more guns. I really don't see how the Joker does anything better than Green Goblin would in Spider-Man's universe.
Till he blows up a bus with like 60 people, and Spider-Man got to decide that or go save another building of like 80 people block. I don't know, bro. The mental part.
Joey, Vinny still got 40. Hey. Vinny's got 45 seconds, Joey.
No,
Then
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
He's gonna make Spider-Man make some tough decisions, but you know what? We saw it ourselves. You know, we are who we choose to be. Now choose. Spider-Man saved both MJ, that dumb bitch, and that fairy of children, all in one fell swoop, and then still defeated Green Goblin after. Keep in mind too, Spider-Man actually, cures some of these villains in No Way Home. So there's also that aspect of it that Spider-Man, has shown the ability to cure his villains in the past, and you see that with a lot of instances, like the Lizard turning him back into Kirk Connors, with Doc Ock and fixing the chip that's causing the. Do I get to finish my sentence, or am I just cut
yes,
off
yes, you
after
can fin- you can
after
fin-
he?
your last thought. Your last thought.
Yeah, Spider-Man in many occasions has actually cured his villains and turned them back into the upstanding citizens they were before.
All right, Vinny, thank you. That was pretty good. I'll share my thoughts at the end. All right, Joey, are you ready?
Hmm.
Do you know the villains?
You want to hit me with them one more time, just to
I do not
keep it
mind at all.
a little fresh in my brain?
I think it was Green
Craven,
Goblin.
Doc Ock, yeah, Green Goblin.
Yeah, okay.
Real
Green
quick, Joey, you
Goblin.
wanna you wanna turn your phone so you're in like landscape view so you're not horizontal.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, am I coming up horizontally?
You're
Yo,
currently horizontal.
I didn't even really register that Joey was
I'm
sideways.
just I'm thinking about clip farming and I'm thinking about what the clips are gonna look like when it's me
Yeah,
in
no.
second text and Joey pops up on screen and he's like this.
I just like honestly, I thought I was just like, God, this is
Awesome.
funny.
I didn't realize that. I was just laying.
All right,
My phone was like charging a little bit. I just needed a bit, so at
Well, yeah,
least I
no,
can.
please make sure you're charging. We
Yeah,
don't
no,
want to.
I'll get this 5 minutes and then I'll kind of like I'll turn it off for like the next segment or something like that, so I can let it
okay.
charge. All
All
right, yeah,
right.
just wanna.
So who Spider-Man has to fight? Or excuse me, who Batman has to fight? Green Goblin,
Hmm.
Rhino, Vulture,
Hmm.
Craven, Doc Ock. All right, let me know when you are ready for the time of the start.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, ready, go.
All right. I mean, just this man has been going through Bruce Wayne, the GOAT. This motherfucker has been going through absolute hell in Gotham. I think he might take this as a vacation, low key, just from the sheer like just mental part of it alone. Because I just feel like Gotham's just a very dark, a lot darker than New York City. Yeah, maybe I'm like just from everything we've learned about Gotham and the people and the rogues that he had in there. I think he wouldn't take this as much more. I think it would be a challenge for sure. Like some of these guys, I still think would pose one. Craven, I feel like Craven is. I can't say that it wouldn't be like challenge. I think he has him on a fighting level. I think he can take him just pound for pound. I think Batman can take Craven. I think the tracking part definitely is going to make it interesting because they're both like kind of like Batman has that like detective and like they're both like hunting. They both hunt people at the end of the day. So it would I think that would be a very close fight. I don't think that would be like anything out of his range because he's dealt with I feel like more. Uh, Doc Ock, I think would be if he's not coming in with any of his like any Batcave or anything like any Oracle or nothing to like have to help him look for like kind of like a way to get past him. I think
Joey,
that
I'm
would.
pausing you real quick. Just to
Mhm.
clarify, Batman does have gadgets on him.
He does have gadgets.
It's just like
Okay.
the basic of the basic.
Yeah, nothing like okay.
No,
I
nothing too special. Just like what would be on his belt at the moment.
yeah, nothing like no like okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
Batcave.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm resuming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. I yeah, no, I mean if he has his basic gadgets, I think he'd be able to still figure out a way to get past him at the end of like you just have to get rid of the arms, I feel like, and then that'll you'll get to him, but still, let me think. Rhino, that would be kind of crazy, I think, because I think Spider-Man even has like a lot of has a lot of trouble with this man, and like you were saying, Vinny, he has superpowers. Batman doesn't have superpowers. But in this case, I think there is a way because he still deals with big people. Like he still deals with Bane, other guys with like a lot more strength than he does, and it depends on the version, I guess, of Rhino that would come out. But like I don't think we'd do the fucking Amazing Spider-Man one. Like I feel like that's
No.
just like a no go. No, like we're
No.
going like
That
traditional
is not
Rhino.
the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, no. For some reason, I think about Rhino, and I just think like, why did they do him like that? But um, no, no, not fuck the Russian guy. We're still. I think he's got it. What? All right. Green Goblin. That would be fun. I feel like that would be if it's Green Goblin. I just full like. That'd actually be really hard. Now that I'm thinking about, I'm supposed to be making it sound like it's easier, but damn, I feel like that one would be tough. I feel like all these guys don't pose as much of a like mental like because I feel like that's a big part of it. People is looked over. Like, man's mental going into going Gotham is like because everything is just so dark and like he already dealt with his parents dying. He already dealt with fucking. But just so much has happened, and like I just feel like from a mental standpoint, I feel like it would be just so much easier to not just to deal with it. And if it's one day, if it's one whole day, I think he'll be fine. I think it depends on the order, probably of the villains that come out. I think that it goes for both of us. I think depending on the order of like we fight these guys, obviously too. But yeah, no, I seriously do think Batman would. It makes it hard with the superpowers, I think, but I think with the villains that we've been proposed, I think we could. I think both sides can handle them pretty well. I think there's a lot more into it for sure. And but if this motherfucker finds the cave, bro, it's like it's cooked, bro. He's gonna have a fucking
I think
the
he can.
Spidey mobile, bro. Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
but there's one.
I do. Am I missing any? Did I get them all? Vulture was the one I don't think I
Vulture.
hit.
Yeah, Vulture.
Damn, bro. I think the same thing. I think Batman is super smart. I think that's like just like with oh my god with Peter Parker. I think they're both like exceptional. Like they're both very very like good minds. But I also think that if you give if it's a day and he knows all these guys are coming, I don't care. I'm using this whole rep. I love the whole argument of if Batman had prep time, well then like fuck it, like give this man a little bit of prep time. I feel like with some of these guys, I think it'll be all right. But if it's just like straight up, he's just like going about his day and he has to fight these guys. I still think he would have an easier time, sheerly from just a mental standpoint. That'll be my final argument. I think I can't. I think that's my
On the
big.
buzzer.
Yep, and look at that on the buzzer, on the buzzer.
I
All right,
think we
gentlemen, those are
we
both.
both agree that Batman and Spider Man will be fine. Like they'll
Yeah,
both figure it out. Who will have an
yeah,
easier time, I guess, is up for Zach to decide. But
yeah.
they'll both make it out.
Gentlemen, those were both great arguments. And I'm a big fan of each character. More Batman than Spider-Man, but I read a lot of media. I've seen a lot of media of both of those heroes. All right. See, for Vinny's argument's sake, it's like there are certain mediums of those villains that are just like they're just cracked out of their minds. Like the Riddler has been such an underestimated villain since I read this one comic. It's called Batman One Bad Day, and it's like a backstory of Riddler and how he's actually like he's basically like a more juiced up Joker, basically like worse. But anyways, But anyways, I won't
I
base that.
underestimate a lot of the Batman villains because I don't know the Batman lore that
Right,
much.
right, right, right,
Like
right,
I don't
right.
know all of Killer Croc's capabilities besides the fact that he's just a giant crocodile, which to me is
No,
the
no,
same
no.
as the lizard.
No. Listen. For not knowing a whole lot, you got a lot of the good points down. Like
Hmm.
I never was like, what's this bitch saying? No, I was like,
There's one point that I'm mad that I didn't make, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to like sway
okay,
your.
okay, fair enough, fair enough.
I'll wait till after you make your decision.
I like that.
All right. See, I liked all your points, and I liked the Joker point you made, where it's like he's gonna have to make decisions that will scar him for life more than it already has. Right? The Joker is not Joker is not a
Yeah,
key villain you mess around with, dog.
no,
He
no
is,
quippy, nothing like.
and
It's all fun and
like,
games till Spider-Man accidentally punches his jaw off.
no, well, yeah, but like, the Joker's so nuts that he would take it.
He
He'll
need
pull
to
his
get
jaw
up and
off the
start
ground and
laughing.
then he'll have his
Yeah,
jaw in his hand and start moving it like a mouth.
yeah, he would do that, bro.
Somebody go
That's
out
the
and do
Joker,
that. So
bro. But no,
recommend.
like I think, but also, and Joey kind of mentioned this, and it's like a meme at this point, but like in one day they have to fight those five villains. I feel like Spider-Man would have a much harder time in one day because we've seen him get his ass beat by so many people and then barely come out unscathed, right? But yeah, now going to Joey's point, like I'm not biased, not biased, but no, but for Joey's point is like there are some iterations of Batman where people have called him a metahuman. Like he does have superpowers because of just how smart he is, right? But yeah, no. But that's the joke though. Batman with prep time, right? If Batman had like an hour to figure it out, he could just like I would say, with the exceptions of Craven and Green Goblin, he could just use electricity and he'd probably win. you know, he wouldn't have to do a whole lot. Oh wait, and Rhino. So only two villains. I think he could cakewalk, but I think the other three he would have a hard time because it's like, yeah, they're just super strength, but like without proper time, just learning that Craven's just is like, you know, God, whatever he is, dude.
Yeah,
Because sometimes he's like, I don't know. Craven's weird to me. It's like
I'd
you
be
guys
intrigued to
remember?
see how Batman versus Vulture would go with
That would be
Batman
good.
not necessarily being able to fly, but
Oh yeah,
mm,
that'd be a sick fight, dude.
it would.
So would Batman be like Green Goblin. That'd be sick too.
That was when I was just like that'd probably be like my favorite low key. I want to see like the Spider Man point, like Spider Man versus like Deathstroke. Like I feel like that'd be cool. Like that would be just a sick
I
ass
thought
one.
about it. I think the one for me who would have an easier time is probably Spider Man, just by like pure logic of he is just this jacked mess. Like he's just super strong. He's super smart, and he has the spider sense. Like I think just
Mm-hmm.
logically, but like I think you give him a little bit more than like a couple hours. I think Batman could solo every single Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm.
But I think logically, Spider-Man would win. So Vinny, good job. You stood
Good
your
debate.
point.
Good debate.
the point that I forgot to make that I'm mad that I didn't, and something Joey said made me think of it, but Bat and again, I'm not as well versed in Batman lore, but Batman doesn't have villains come together to fight him, if that makes sense. You don't see a Batman versus Sinister Six like you do with Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been such a thorn in Doc Ock's side that he has to recruit guys like the Rhino, Vulture, Craven, just so that they can have a chance at defeating Spider-Man because one-on-one isn't enough. They need to go 6v1. And Spider-Man still finds a way to prevail against a group like the Sinister Six.
I feel like sometimes Batman's do.
No, they
I
do.
think it depends, like on because like some of them are just
That's
like
funny.
the
Go ahead,
Joker.
Vinny.
You don't want to fuck with him. You're like, why would I work with the Joker? Like I'd rather just he's just gonna kill me. I'd rather just work on my
Yeah,
own. Or
that'd be like having Green Goblin on the Sinister Six. That would not end well.
yeah, it's just like certain ones like you're just like nah, like I can't. Like I'd probably be better off just keeping to myself and keep just keep it pushing.
All right, you guys want me to tell you the two heroes I'm thinking of for next week?
Mm.
All right, so from DC, I'm thinking of the Flash and Superman, and then on the Marvel side, I'm thinking Thor or Doctor Strange.
Okay, okay. As in, like you would pair up Superman and Thor, and then Doctor Strange and Flash.
Maybe.
Okay.
See, I don't see like the problem is like
It's tough because
I don't want to say like John Constantine because do you guys know anything about John Constantine?
that's a comic book character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not just some random guy you met walking down the street. Hey, John Constantine, how you doing? Hey, how's the kids?
The
Wow,
man's
feeling
like a
that old
sorcerer.
already?
Man,
Or like Zatanna. Do you know that name?
I know the name. I don't know too much about it,
Vinny, I
but I
gotta
do
give you
know
a
the
few
name.
I
DC
feel like
comics.
it's
Dude.
also
Next
hard
time I
be
see
like
it, Vinny, I'll go through my collection. I'll pick out a few different new
maybe
characters.
I don't know, maybe there's another way to frame it besides like who would have a easier time against the others rogues gallery because like Spider-Man, Batman, I feel like those guys have such a big group of villains that they fight that it's easy to be like, oh, they're comparable. Whereas you
Hmm.
have like Superman, and I know he has more villains than just Lex Luthor. There's Zod and whatnot, but like I don't know. When I think of Superman, I think of 1 to 2 to 3 main villains. Same with a Thor. I think of Loki, Hela, um, Surtur. Like I don't think of 10 plus villains. Like we could name 20 Batman villains or 20 Spider-Man villains right now if we tried. But with
Do
the
it.
other guys, I don't know. It's tougher.
Let's do it now. Let's name 20 each.
Honestly, we definitely could.
No, we got some other
We have
topics we
more to
want
talk
to chat
about.
about. But I like that, boys. If you guys want to do something, or I'll just think of a game for you guys to do. I like setting that
Yeah,
up. But
Get you in one. Get you in some too, Zach. We'll
facts.
get this
Don't
right.
don't don't
I like
think you're
setting them
don't
up.
think you're safe over there, princess.
We got to do You shouldn't. I want to keep doing those the comic reviews like the last week you did. I enjoyed those. Like
Yeah, I
we
just didn't
can.
get any this week.
No, you're good. Look,
There
did you
were
see that Noel is like back and there's like a line going on right now with him.
like in the Venom comics or just
I
in
did not see
general.
that.
Yeah, bro. Like he's like, bro, because I was keeping some stuff about it because it looks pretty cool. Because I'm low key. That's one person I want to get more into. He's like a really sick villain, and I do want to start reading those Venom comics to be honest, because that's a
Mm.
such a sick. He looks so gas. He looks so cool.
That is one thing that reading, the Spider-Man issues that I got out of all the villains in all the issues that I read, the design for Venom was by far the coolest out of any of them.
Mm,
Even just the cover, it was just something about Venom's aura that I don't think there's another
Venom
villain
Aura.
out there that can match. Venom aura farms like crazy.
That's another debate for another week. Top war farms and just
Top Aura
just
farmers. Yeah.
yeah, bro.
That's
Like
pretty
Buck,
good.
like the Winter Soldier. Like when he pulled up,
Like
like I was watching
when
that
he catches
movie.
the shield and he's just like,
Yeah, yeah, that's
Like
Aura farming. So
that
that's
man was
Aura
different.
maxing.
He was so different. Oh my god! I don't even get me started. That got me
nah,
so
dude, you want to talk
into
about aura farming when Namor
it.
murders Queen Ramonda and says to Shuri, "You're the queen now. Look after your people," or whatever he says.
Yo,
That's
that was
unreal.
Aura farming.
Imagine this dude is flying above you, just killed your mom, and goes, "You're the queen now. Get your things in order."
Mm,
Unbelievable. Anyways, gentlemen, we have a lot of topics to talk about tonight.
all right.
I don't know if we're gonna get to all of them. I feel like we should go with what's most pressing as far as news goes, and the big news that I'm seeing all over Twitter right now, or X, if you want to call it that. Um, what's her name? Remind me, the one who was cast to write the script for Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
Amy Pascal.
Amy Pascal, who wrote The Flash, who wrote Batwoman, which never
Oh,
actually.
wait, no, it's fucking. Is it
Birds
Amy
of Prey.
Pascal? Or am I tripping?
Birds
I
of
think it's
Prey.
like
Yep, I did also hear that she wrote Birds of Prey.
no, it's Christina Hudson.
Oh, where did we get? Oh, Amy Pascal is the one that Kevin Feige is letting handle Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I did peep
Oh,
that. I did peep that too.
Okay, okay, so rewind. That's on me.
That's where
Hand up,
edits come
hand
in.
up, accountability. My bad. Christina Hodson was the one who wrote, yep, The Flash, Birds of Prey, and also had written, right? She wrote the Batwoman movie that never got released, if I remember
Hmm.
correctly.
And she supposedly did a Batman Beyond
Yeah.
strip that I really liked, and I guess they just didn't.
So or sorry, Batgirl, not Batwoman, Batgirl. Um, I
she
want to
also wrote.
hear
She also wrote
your,
Bumblebee,
yep,
Hmm. Hmm.
which was a great movie.
yeah. So I want to hear your guys' opinions because I have not seen a lot of her stuff. I saw The Flash. I didn't watch Bumblebee. I see the takes that people have online about her, being the scriptwriter for the new Batman movie. So I guess your guys' opinion on if you actually, if your expectations for her, if she's, gonna be the one to do this.
All right.
Zach, you got it.
All right. This is a huge, a huge. This is like the biggest thing that she could be writing. I mean, it's great that she did the Flash, Birds of Prey, Bumblebee, but like Batman Brave and the Bold, that is the first Batman iteration we are getting in the DCU with a brand new Batman, brand new universe, brand new everything, right? And we also have Andy Muschietti. I hope I didn't botch that. I think it's Muschietti, but
Close enough.
Hmm.
director. He also directed the Flash. He's also directed It 1 and 2 and Welcome to Derry. I like him a lot. I think he's a great director. See, I don't see. I haven't seen Birds of Prey, so I don't have an opinion on that. Haven't seen it. Probably should. See what it's like. I've heard people. I think people enjoyed it. Did they not?
I
I don't know.
mean,
I
what
thought it
I'm
was like
looking
I
at,
thought it
I'm
was
not
low
sure
key.
what app this is, but it has a 6.1 on this app that I'm looking at,
That's actually not that bad.
which is
Yeah,
the low. It's
6.1 on
lower than the
IMDb.
Flash
That's actually
and
not that bad.
Bumblebee. On whatever app this screenshot I'm looking at is from, the Flash got a 6.6, Bumblebee got a 6.7.
um,
Oh god.
I mean that's not bad. So like I don't know, to make a good point, she hasn't. I don't know how I felt about the Flash. I thought it was fine. There's just a lot of goofy things about it, but I don't think the writing was necessarily the issue. I thought just that DCEU that was like it was pretty much dead.
Yeah, there might have been a lot of studio pushback on some of the stuff.
Definitely.
Because
Yeah,
remember the scene?
I'm going to give.
You remember the scene at the beginning of the Flash with when Wonder Woman and Ben Affleck, Batman show up, and
Yeah, my goat.
they kind of tried to make it into a humor or a funny
Oh yeah, that was
scene with
weird.
him in the lasso of truth saying something like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I beat up people to suppress my feelings for my
yeah,
parents."
yeah, that was
Something like
weird.
that. That is not Batman.
No, no, if she makes
And
Batman. Yeah, she.
I hope that was the studio trying to like force a funny moment in a Flash movie with a serious character, and that wasn't her vision of the Batman.
Right, right. That's a good point. See, but the
No,
thing is
yeah.
though, Batman. So there is an animated show called Batman Brave and the Bold. It's a lot more lighthearted, a lot more goofy. I just hope they do not go that route. That's it. That's all I hope. Christina, if you're somehow come across this, please just do not make him goofy. Just don't make
Scrolling
him
on her
goofy.
YouTube.
I don't care. I don't like. Oh, I just don't want to be goofy.
No, no.
Yeah, because Batman is
Don't
not
gunify
goofy.
Batman, please. Please don't gunify.
Yeah, no, that's my thing. Like I can't have it become like that. And also like I hate like somebody else made this point and it's like it's just resonated with me since. they already have like I think they have the best. I not the best, but I think they already are at that like peak with I get it. They don't want Reeves, Gunn. They don't want to merge. I get it. It's fine. I just think that the median that we're at, like that, like the Batman Part Two is going to be probably one of the better, probably one of the best Batman medias we have. The Batman is probably the best Batman media we've ever gotten, and it's just like it's just kind of wild that we already have that there, and then we're gonna have another one that's. I don't like having that because it's always going to draw comparisons. It's hard now. It's now.
And
It's
I'm
twenty twenty
sure
six.
I'm sure that it's a lot easier said than done to just make Matt Reeves as Batman, the Batman in the DCU. I'm sure there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of disagreements between Matt
No,
Reeves and James Gunn on how they would want the Batman to be portrayed in the DCU or the Matt Reeves universe, whatever. But I mean, I'm with you there. When you have such a good iteration of a character, especially one, I mean, it was the first Batman, like solo Batman movie we got in some time. And the fact that it did as good as it did, the Penguin series on HBO Max did as good as it did, the amount of hype there is for the Batman 2, I just don't see how if you're James Gunn, you got to find a way to make it work. Like I know that you're going to have disagreements, but that's why you have a guy like Matt Reeves because James Gunn, I love his movies, but you can't make Batman like a Guardians of the Galaxy or like a Peacemaker or like the Suicide Squad. It's not supposed to be this funny, goofy movie. It's supposed to be what Matt Reeves is doing with it. So I feel like if you're James Gunn, you they had to find a way to make it work, and the fact that they couldn't, I think, is going to end up hurting the DCU in the long run.
it may have come down maybe to like Pattinson not being like, you know what, I don't want to put my life like to something for that long or like I don't know. It could like maybe it could be like just Matt just doesn't want to like but like you're saying, I'm not I hope it doesn't. I hope because I think they have a lot of stuff good stuff planned and I'm just it also comes down to who they choose for the actor, I guess, for the DCU. At
Mm-hmm.
the end for me too. Like I feel like that's gonna be a big thing. Is like I really do. I like Pattinson. I like this Ben Affleck. I like Christian Bale. I really don't think I'm gonna diss. Like I didn't think I was gonna like Pattinson at first. I don't think. I think a lot of people were kind of like I don't know. I like we've seen him and stuff. I just didn't really know. Like I didn't know his bag. I'll be honest. And now I'm like I'm realizing like yeah he's a lot more than like the guy from Twilight. Like I think a lot of people started realizing that over time because he put a lot of good media. I'm actually
Is it A24? Is it one of those A24 films?
I'm just curious about his chops. Like I'm always like I'm trying to get more into like watching movies. Start like not analyzing them, but like have a different appreciation for them. But I don't know. I'm hoping Brandon Scanar is the one I keep seeing people put for Batman, which I'm okay. I haven't really watched too much of his stuff, but he does. I know he's talked about liking Batman, and that's what I want. I want somebody who enjoys the character and who wants to like add their own thing into it, which I think is a really big part for it too. So I'm hoping. I'm all praise. I'm hoping for this new movie. I'm gonna keep an open mind as long as I can. Like I'm not. I'm planning on. I love Batman media. I think we all do. It's just more. We just want it. We just want the best. We want the best for this universe, and we want it to succeed. So I think it is pretty exciting. I think we're in for. I still think we're in for something good. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm. The one fan cast that I keep seeing pop up is Alan Richson.
I do
Who
like. I don't mind him. He's got the build.
he's
I
got the
think.
build. I don't know if I can picture him as a serious guy though. I guess I should watch Reacher and then form an opinion on Alan Richson as Batman if he ends up getting casted.
Nah, bro, just watch Blue Mountain State.
Do you
Nah,
imagine growing up
nah, dude, I
watching
love that
Batman
guy. Dude,
become
he's
Batman?
great.
If he doesn't, because he's, I think he said, so he said something where he was just like, I don't know, like, I want to be something in the DCU, and I'm like, who else could he play? Like, he could play. I'm hoping he does join the DCU because I think he wants to. I'm curious who else he'd play. Like, there's a whole universe just waiting just to be filled, and that's the one cool part I'm quite excited about compared to Marvel, I guess.
And you know what? On a lasting thought here, I think I wish Christina good luck.
Hmm.
It's gonna be an unfortunate journey.
Hmm. I
You
think that's
know,
why James hasn't said anything about the
she's gonna get a
writer.
lot of hate. She's gonna get
Yeah.
a lot of hate. But you know what? I'm rooting. I'm rooting
I was
for
gonna say
Tia.
she can prove everybody wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
You read a good Batman movie for the DCU, everything that happened with the Flash and the Batgirl movie, all that is out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. No, that's true.
Yeah,
Um,
and also going back to like Robert Pattinson being Batman, I'm still unsure how I feel about Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards.
yeah, no, that's one I'm still kind of a little bit. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
I
do like him.
I
He's a good
like
actor.
I think he's good. I
He's on Fraud Watch.
I do think I haven't. I feel like we just didn't get enough of him in Fantastic Four, and it just wasn't. That movie just felt kind of like I don't know. I liked it, and I still do really like that movie. Like
No,
I
I
wanted
like.
it to
No,
be
I
good.
enjoyed it. It was
I
fun.
agree with I like them. I love the movie, but I agree with the fact that they cut out a lot that they could have kept in. There was
Hmm.
definitely a lot of extra read that they could have left in. There was probably a lot more of the thing that they could have left in. Like the beginning whole sequence where they're kind of teasing up the Fantastic
Yeah.
Four on that show and whatnot, and they're showing this montage of them defeating these villains. Like, I don't necessarily want to see a montage. Just, go literally give me a 5 minute clip or a five
Hmm.
minute scene of each of those fights and show like Reed coming up with a plan to save the day, Ben, doing whatever, Johnny doing whatever he does. Like, give me. I felt like the Fantastic Four movie was just lacking in action. It did a lot really good. The cinematics were amazing. The visuals. I
Hmm.
thought that I felt like the family aspect was there. I
I
loved
built the
Herbie,
suits.
loved Herbie
Suits were
being in it,
fun. Herbie was dope. Herbie was dope.
but there wasn't a lot of action. There wasn't any fighting in the movie, and I mean that's to be expected when you're facing Galactus, who none of them could fight alone or really even together. They can't do damage to him, but that's one thing I would have liked to see more of from that movie is the actual Fantastic Four in battle, actually defeating people.
Yeah.
Like when Franklin was going to be born, and Reed is like, "I found the wizards doing this. This gang is doing this. These guys are doing this," and then just sends all the police after them. I would have liked a second montage right there of them going around, stopping all these crime organizations.
No, that's a good point.
Hmm.
I like that point. But no. What's the next topic?
Let's see, we've got a few here.
I don't
I
want
want
to.
I want to talk
What's it
about
called?
what do you want to go to?
Oh no, I didn't want to like go back to that because I didn't want to keep us on that Fantastic Four. But actually, never. We'll go into it in another one.
Well, no. Have a finishing thought. If you had a finishing thought.
It was just I'm curious if we're gonna see more of that Galactus because I feel like that's an actor like a character you just don't just throw away after one movie. So I'm kind of hoping that he pops up again very in these next couple. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
I
just
and
I agree with that.
isn't it not I don't know if it's confirmed, but isn't it said in some cases that there's only one Galactus? Like there's not multiple Galactuses across the multiverse.
Correct.
There's just one
Correct.
Galactus.
Correct.
So we very well, unless they decided that they're never going to put Galactus in another movie again, we should see that version again because I think the actor was great. Was it Ralph? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but
No, but he's good.
he was great.
He
He
did
was
a great
great, and I
job.
loved the design of Galactus in that movie.
But yeah, I think it's also a hilarious implication that there's only one.
Ralph Ineson. That's what I
Yeah,
was
he's
thinking.
good. He has a good voice.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it's a hilarious implication if there's only one
Yeah.
Galactus.
So like the Lego Marvel superheroes video game Galactus is the same one that we just saw in the Fantastic Four movie. Oh, Joey's phone died again. Anyways, I guess we can pick the next topic while Joey gets his phone back up and joins back. I mean, um, there's Doomsday opening rumors as far as what the opening to the movie is, how they claim it's going to be action packed from the get go. There's Spider-Man: Brand New Day allegedly being way darker than the home trilogy, which I, for one, am very excited to see.
Well, that's pretty good.
Because, that's another thing that I didn't really mention with the whole Batman Spider-Man debate is that, Spider-Man goes through it mentally too. Like, there's that one hard ass quote that everyone says where they're like, as kids, we wish we had the strength of Spider-Man. As adults, we just wish we had the strength of Peter Parker.
Damn.
And that's real.
That's pretty good.
Real.
I like that.
Wonder Man comes out in 6 days at the time of this recording, so it comes out next week. And I kind of want to talk about that whenever Joey's back, just because I'm very excited for Wonder Man.
I know very little of Wonder Man.
Yeah.
I've only seen.
I don't really know. There he is.
Guys.
Hey, buddy. We were talking a little about Wonder Man. This comes out next week.
I'm
And,
gonna be honest. Oh, sorry.
no, I was just gonna say I love the promos they've been doing so far. All the people that were saying, Marvel's not promoting Wonder Man because it has a black actor. They're promoting the movie and they're promoting it amazingly, or the show. And I, for one, cannot wait to watch this show. It looks amazing.
Yeah,
I haven't
I don't
watched
know
too
too
much.
much about Wonder Man. I've
Me neither.
only ever seen Wonder Man in
Me
the
neither.
Civil War comic. That's all I've ever seen him, and he just seems very strong. He seems on par with like Captain Marvel in terms of strength. He's very powerful. He can fly.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about the character
I think
lore.
he's in line with Captain Marvel. I think is my observation.
I like the way that they're kind of setting this up to be a buddy comedy about the film industry
Mm-hmm.
that turns into, like, I'm very curious to hear who the main antagonist of this show is going to be. It seems like the Department of Damage Control is in there and is trying to get Trevor to turn on Simon Williams, but like they haven't come out and said Damage Control is going to be the main villain, or they haven't really teased any sort of main villain. I did see, according to the episode titles, what is his name? Doorman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Doorman looks like set to make his debut in episode 4.
I don't know who Doorman is.
I've never really heard of him.
He's like, I saw something. That's who I was actually looking to try to find. I was like, I saw somebody else was in it. He's like, what is he exactly?
He looks pretty badass.
Yeah, he looks sick as hell. Like,
Wait,
he looks
Vinny,
good.
show that back. Oh damn!
Yeah. Well, here's a quick. Doorman
Yeah,
is a
that's good.
mutant with intangible powers that allow others to pass through him as a literal doorway.
So like,
So he's literally a mutant doorman.
That's trippy as hell.
well, that's like the Spot though.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is Doorman opening up doorways to other universes? Is
Oh,
it like portals to different places in his universe?
I'm over multiverse talk, bro. I'm over it. I'm over that.
I don't blame you.
I'm done talking about the multiverse.
I do
dude.
not blame you. I think for that exact reason, he's not going to be like the Spot where he can open up portals to different universes.
Yeah.
The only multiverse I want to see is Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's the only multiverse property that I
Yeah,
know.
at this
And
point,
we still haven't gotten anything about it.
Yeah,
It is now
that's-
2026, and we still don't really know anything.
You know what? Maybe Beyond the Spider-Verse is the friends we made along the way.
No, like the fatigue of like multiverse hype is just has plagued the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree. Time to move on to something different.
I agree. I think we need I think not a more grounded story, but like more character centered.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But not going back to the same boring old superhero formula of like origin story fights bad guy. Now he's hero. Like I don't need to see that for the 10th time.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four barely nicked that. Like not that we knew who they were, but it still felt like an origin story.
I didn't hate the way they did it, how they kind of glossed over it
Yeah.
with this, TV introduction and everything.
No, I like that.
Mhm.
Because yeah, like you look at Spider-Man, we've seen the Spider-Man origin story twice already in film adaptation. We've seen it countless times in TV and comics and whatnot. If it's a lesser known character, then yeah, by all means,
Hmm.
show that origin. But
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like for most of these characters, and a lot of the characters, at least what I'm assuming is that after Secret Wars and the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of resets, they're going to be centered a lot more on big name characters, not these like lower tier people getting shows and whatnot that's the common fan just doesn't really care about, but rather the X-Men, Deadpool, like people that are gonna draw fans to go watch these films, and not necessarily because, oh well, this connects to this upcoming movie. No, they're just gonna go and see it because they like that character and want to see that character in action.
Yeah, bro, don't talk to me about that Leech movie coming up, bro.
That what?
Leech? He's an
Oh,
X-Men.
oh, oh,
Leech.
oh no, no.
The Leech movie,
No,
bro.
dude, I can't hear the name Leech without thinking of X-Men 97.
No, he's fine.
Oh,
He
but that
survived.
just that episode, dude.
I know. I was about to show my girlfriend that episode once, and then I kind of like backed out because I was like, oh, I wanted her to like it, and I'm like, I think this would actually be the worst episode of the show.
It's definitely the most emotional episode of the whole show.
Mhm.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
Anyway,
It's like I wish that episode won awards, but like, oh, it's so
but
good.
dude, the animation was just.
Oh, it's incredible.
I can't wait for X-Men 97 season 2. That's
Oh,
gonna be
dude,
that's gonna be
dude,
so.
I've been loving the X-Men, dude.
Yeah.
That's something I never got into when I was younger. Like I didn't watch I still haven't like I've watched I think it was I watched the Wolverine one. I watched I haven't watched them like fully through. I can't lie. And like the X-Men 97 was my first real like taste of that media, and I just hooked. And now I'm like really excited to see what they do in this new.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
like it made me go back and rewatch the old animated cartoon,
I started doing that
like
too.
to catch
That was
up
fun.
and see what happened, what happens prior. And honestly,
Hmm.
it holds up just as well as X-Men 97. Not season 5 because that was the season where they went cheap on the animators and everything. Prior to that season, it was a great show with a lot of really cool characters. I think the X-Men movies growing up is kind of why I lean more Marvel than DC, just because that was the content I indulged in. I watched all the Wolverine movies, I watched all the X-Men's until they got to like Days of Future Past, and then my young brain couldn't handle the idea of timelines and going back in time to change the future. I didn't understand what was going on,
dude,
but
that's my favorite X-Men movie is Days of Futures Past.
yeah, and it's one
It's
that gets a
so
lot of hate
good.
too.
It's so good.
I think it's great. But yeah, when I was younger, I didn't really understand it. Now I can watch it and appreciate, like, oh, I get why they're doing what they're doing. I understand the jumps and everything. But yeah, I think that's why I lean more Marvel than DC, just because I was so wrapped up in Wolverine and the X-Men growing up, and then, Spider-Man, obviously. I didn't really, there weren't really as many DC movies coming out back then besides your Christian Bale Batmans and even that was before your Henry Cavill Supermans and Man of Steel and all that. But I digress. I honestly, what did I've been rewatching a bunch of old Marvel movies. I just restarted. Just watched Age of Ultron, which is slept on,
A good one.
but it makes me
Mhm.
want to go back and also rewatch, the X-Men movies and all that, especially before Doomsday comes out.
Yes. See, my thing with DC is because DC's animated universe was so good.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
let's
what
look
The
did I
on
animated
have
movies
into
are
growing up?
they're really good.
Like the
Teen
animated.
Titans, bro. Like fuck. Like, oh my
Not
god.
necessarily even like Teen Titans. They have so there's essentially like a universe of movies, but all animated.
Yeah, no, those are
Yeah, the
bro.
DC animated universe. I mean,
Wait,
yeah, it's
this
called the
is.
DCAU.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like those, they have some really good movies in there. Like the
Bangers.
finale, like that, like their Doomsday, their Secret Wars, like that, their big finale or Endgame, excuse me. Their
Mhm.
Endgame is like really good, like a really good movie. Like I highly suggest. I think it's called Justice League Apocalypse. I think.
Mm. I think
Yeah,
I've seen that. Yeah.
I've heard about a lot of them, and I've seen bits and pieces of some of them. But yeah, I want to watch all those just because I do love the animated films, and I've tried finding some Marvel animated films, and I just don't think they hold up the same as
No,
the
there's
DC.
like
DC's got
There's
so
one
many.
there's
there's
one
like
that I think you
yeah
would enjoy, Zach, about I gotta find it. It's basically about if Superman was Russian during the Cold War.
yeah.
You've seen that, okay?
Superman Red Sun, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That I watched it and I thought was very,
It's a
I don't
little
know, it
silly.
was just very cool to see just the parallels
Mhm.
and how Superman, despite being a Soviet, still ends up like the hero at the end. No, it's very, very cool, very interesting movie.
Well, it goes to
Flashpoint's a
show
good
like
one. Blade Brave and the Bold's fire. Batman Year One's fire. Fucking
mhm,
what was the other one? The Hush one's also pretty. It's also gas. Those are
Hush
good ones.
Hunters.
This is a really good one.
My my all time favorite comic book, my all time favorite Batman medium or media is The Dark Knight Returns. That's like my favorite animated movie, favorite comic book. It's so good. It's so good. And I highly suggest it to you guys to watch it.
I was in like a. It's funny. It's on YouTube. They have a lot of free DC, like a lot of those DC animated movies for free. And like I was just bored one night on YouTube at work, and I just popped up like I just went on a binge of watching like that one, Hush, fucking Year One. Oh, which ones are those? I think they have Brave and the Bold. They have a bunch of Justice League ones.
Yeah. The
They have
There's
a
classic
one I
shows
love.
definitely.
There's a animated show I loved when I was a kid. This Legion of Superheroes. Did you
Like
guys
the
ever watch
old
it?
like the super old one.
Not like 2006 to 2008.
No.
Yeah, it's basically I don't know how to really explain it. I don't know if this is still really focused for
No.
you, but
I feel like I've seen it,
yeah. I
but
was gonna say, I feel like I've seen that.
for whatever reason, and I couldn't even tell you who half of the characters are,
hold on,
but
flash them up. I could probably tell you.
here, hold on. I just remember the one that I always remember is this dude on the side here, if this will focus, right here on the very end. He just became a big giant bouncy ball. That was his power. He literally became a giant bouncy ball.
Wait, Vinny,
And I loved it.
what's the name of it? Legion of Superheroes?
Legion of Superheroes. Let's
Oh,
see.
Yuri Lowenthal was in it. He played Superman.
Wow. See,
Yuri,
I did
he
not
played
know that.
Superman.
Bouncing Boy. That was his name, Bouncing Boy. But yeah, I just like that it was very different characters that um you wouldn't necessarily see in common DC stuff.
It looked like the
You
main
had
villain was Brainiac.
yeah, they had Brainiac in there. I'm trying to remember who the one guy was that there was one guy that like was not happy about the teenage Superman coming. I can't remember, but either way, that was just a DC show that I just for whatever reason it's just one of those core memories for me is just watching that show and falling in love with it. I don't even think I ever finished it. I just remember enjoying watching it so much as a kid.
That's fun. No, I mean, I loved the Teen Titans.
Yeah,
So good.
classic.
I loved. What else?
Who's your guys' favorite Teen Titan? This is how we can wrap up the podcast. Favorite Teen
I
Titans.
like it.
Can it be a villain? Because, like, low key, my my favorite
I love Beast Boy.
Beast Boy was my dog.
Beast Boy was. I was a big. I really liked Robin. I liked Basic, and I also liked Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
But like, my favorite character was probably that was like my first ever like introduction to Deathstroke. That was like I was just like, yeah, no, like he's
Yeah.
cold. That's like why he's probably one of my favorite villains in DC is because of that show.
He was so good in Teen Titans,
Mhm.
dude. He was so good.
Literally, oh my god, that brings back memories.
He was
I
an
just used to
actual
always
he
wish
was
I
an actual
had.
menace.
I wished I had Beast Boy's powers so I could just become any animal I want.
For real. Like that's
That'd be
like
so sick.
such a great power.
Mm-hmm.
So easy. So original.
Well,
Yeah.
gentlemen, this has been a lot of fun,
Yes.
as it always is. Um, and I enjoyed that little debate we had earlier. We'll have to chat throughout the week, come up with
Mhm.
more, little debates, games we can play on the podcast. We'll get more clips up throughout the week. You'll see us reacting to some news as it breaks and all that great stuff. But we'll be recording this again next week around the same time. So hope you guys all enjoyed. If you're on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you're watching or listening from, we appreciate you tuning in. This has been the Culture Cafe podcast. Vinny Fredericks, Zach Niles, who's on this side. I'm going to get it correct this time. Joey Kingsley. And of course, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll be back again very shortly.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
Peace.